10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Miller now looking to throw on second down. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. Back to throw. Miller. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Miller. Open man. That's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has, and if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And I think the ball's out. And this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So fortunately, they're able to hold on to the possession. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coach.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Miller. Now the ball comes loose, and the Falcons grab it. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into it a little lackadaisical because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
When you're backed up this deep, sometimes defenses sacrifice coverage for pass rush because they know you can only go so far on your pass drop. You get the back of the end zone. So they came after him. He took the shot downfield. He didn't connect. But, boy, that was force against force.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Miller. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Picked off by Greg Newsome. Charles, I don't know what's going on in that defensive team meeting room, but they better keep it rolling. 3 picks last week, 2 here now in the first quarter.
Everyone talks about creating turnovers and getting takeaways, but until it gets put into action, it's just talk. And right now, it's in action and in a big way. Now they've got the receivers wondering if they have to turn around and play more like defense instead of running routes trying to take the ball downfield.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
6 yards left on second down. Looking to throw. Miller. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Falcons are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, ball's out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way.
Touchdown, Falcons! Chigakonkwo. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Falcons take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Here's Koo to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's Miller to throw on second down. And his throw is incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Now Miller to throw on third down. He's got his tight end failed. Touchdown, Washington. Noah Fant, 76 yards. And the Commanders are an extra point away from evening this one up. Joey Sly on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
A short kick taken at the 18.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Thus far, they haven't been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons.
Chigakakwo with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Falcons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw. Miller. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
Benjamin St. Juste there on the stop.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Miller.
And that'll be complete to the running back, Gibson.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 41-yard line.
Gibson here running out of the gun.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Miller looking to throw on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
There's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Miller now on third down. That one caught by Gibson. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Back to the ground with Gibson. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it. And the Falcons are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
When I see a route like that, I don't know how anybody stays with these receivers. Because he curled back. I thought he was going to stop. Then he just took off.
He really gave the impression that the curl was the end of the route. But when he turned it upfield and the throw was there, nothing a defender can do.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess you have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they've moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
Here we go.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt.
And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And what do you think goes on here in this situation if you got... Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
I have to think the sooner halftime can get here for them, the better, because that first half has been rough. And that safety, it only adds to their issues. The other sideline, though, I think they're fine if we just skip the break and keep playing.
Fielded at about the 28.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Come on, set.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Strike 2.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll set up a throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. Let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons will extend their lead here just before halftime. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And supreme confidence in the kicker turns to supreme failure, as that is obviously no good. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Now this throw caught left side, and he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Second and 9 now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
They're going to look to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Commanders come through with a fourth down stand. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And that is incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing the out route, and he connects with Fant. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. shotgun handoff to Gibson.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. On first down, right back to Gibson. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in
touchdown. Noah Fant, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit. They'll try and throw for it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so. But maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. They'll look to throw here. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's got over 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
The Falcons send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And look at this. It's a fake. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, sometimes the fake punts work out. They're fun, and you're so smart for doing it. And sometimes, Charles, what happens is an epic fail, and what we just saw was an epic fail.
And you're right about that, because the key here is the element of surprise. You have to catch a defense completely unaware that this might happen, this might occur. Unfortunately, somehow they tipped it off, or they were just well coached and on their toes.
64 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Gibson again. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That was a good, forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw in that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down. A give up the middle to Gibson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Gibson. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape. As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. This will wind up a loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter, you're going. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And now here's another interception. It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it. And the Falcons are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 2nd and 5. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Out to his left. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commander's touchdown. Sly on for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. This throw left side is caught by Tolbert. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Going for the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
The Falcons send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
Here's Miller to throw on 2nd down. And my goodness, another interception. It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
On the ball.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Ready?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, something appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired. But he still has some pressure. It's not the biggest game we've seen on the scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Chigakonkwo from 6 yards away. And the Falcons will add to their 4th quarter lead. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, you know, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They go play action here on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10. They'll look to throw again. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review. So they had it right. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. A little unconventional, but another kneel down here as they work towards a field goal try.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. And here's another kneel down as he'll try to set up the game winner. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Oh, that heart has to be pounding inside the chest of Joey Sly.
He missed his only attempt earlier. This time he's going for the win. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They dealt